και κύριοι, τούτος ο ρόκολος δαμε έκαμε κάμψεις για 40 μέρες.
40 μέρες. So, how did we get here? Well, the interview with Fidias wasn't as hard of a process to actually get the interview as you guys think it was. There was a lot of things that depended on me, and it was mostly my fault. Now, in today's video, I'll be talking to you about how I got the interview with Fidias and why I wanted. So, let's get started. The reason I wanted to interview Fidias is because I wanted to ask him about the European Parliament and what he's going to do if he gets elected. I wanted it to happen before the European elections, but, you know, it happened after the European elections, which wasn't like that bad, but I just wanted it to happen before. Let me tell you the full story though. So, how did I get the idea? It was in Easter times, so March, April, somewhere there. I just thought to myself, hey, I knew who Fidias was. I was like, okay, I want to interview this guy. So I'll do 50 push-ups a day until I do the interview with him. That's just how I got the idea. It's future me whilst editing the video. And I realized that I forgot to tell you guys a critical event that happened during this time period. So how I originally got the idea to do an interview with Fidias is that I sent him a message on Instagram basically saying that if he responds to this message to do an interview with me, that I would do 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 squats, and 1,000 sit-ups. But as the time went on, I realized that wouldn't happen. So I started making videos on YouTube, and that's how I got the original idea to do an interview with Fidias. Let's continue. It was just completely randomly. So I did the first video, you know, obviously they didn't take off. Started making videos, got all my friends to subscribe to my channel. So I had like 30 subscribers in 2 days, 35, something like that. And then after that, slowly, it was a slow progression of getting 3, 2, and 1 subscribers per day with each video. And then I also saw that the videos were getting more views. So like, okay, there's a possibility that we'll get it. But I wanted to expand to other social media, so I didn't just stay on YouTube, because if I just stayed on YouTube, it wouldn't have blown up as much as it did. So I made a TikTok account at some point, and I started uploading there as well. But mostly, my main focus was YouTube, so I was doing some challenges as well. I have some challenge videos, the bicep challenge and the pull-up challenge. Go check those out, by the way. I was making these videos, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to give up either way, so I'm just going to keep going until I get the interview. So even if it takes a year, I don't care. I was doing the videos. It was during exam time. I actually started the channel and made the first challenge video right before my exam started. And when my exam started, the first exam was physics. And the physics teacher that was with us during the exam, coincidentally, was the physics teacher that used to teach Fidias, which is Fidias' best friend, basically. So I told him what I was doing. You know, I think it was already like 2-3 days in. I was like, hey, I'm not that big, but if it's possible, can you tell Fidias that I'm doing this challenge because I really want to interview him? I'm really not that big, so I want to ask him just to like set a like goal or a sub goal or something, and I'll just do it, that I want to come work for Fidias. That's basically what I told him. He was like, he was really surprised, he was shocked about it. He was like, whoa, wow, really? So yeah, I just did that, and a few days later, he was making a live stream. Now, in that live stream that he did, he was going to different villages here in Cyprus, small villages that no one really knew, to go meet fans. And whilst he was in the car and they were reading comments, I decided to send a message in the chat box saying, hey, the physics teacher was holding the phone at the time, and I sent the text message, and it basically wrote, hey, do you remember me? I'm the guy who told you in school in the exams after we finished the exams that, you know, I want to do this, I want to do an interview with Fidias. I was like, oh yeah, it's you. And then when Fidias heard about it, he was like, oh yeah, I know this kid, you know. I was surprised that he even knew me. He was like, yeah, I know this kid, you know, if he does enough push-ups, eventually he'll get the interview. So yeah, I was doing the push-ups every single day. That gave me hope, by the way. And then I think somewhere during around the 30th day, somewhere there, maybe 20th, something like that. I can't remember. He sent me a message on TikTok at 4 a.m. that basically told me, can you come to my house this afternoon, here where I live in Nicosia, so we could do the interview. And I didn't see it until 8 p.m. at night. And once I saw the message, because, you know, he followed me, he friended me, everything on TikTok, I was like, oh no. So I was just like super sad. I got super angry at myself for not, it was the one day that I didn't check TikTok. One day, because I was like, okay, well, you know, the TikTok videos, they're going that so well, they're not going that well. And I was really down, I was really sad, angry, mostly at myself, because it was my fault that I didn't check TikTok. And you know, I sent him a message saying, I'm sorry, I didn't see the message. TikTok didn't send me a notification. So from that day, I turned on the TikTok notifications, and I also sent him my phone number and my email. But he only left it on seen, and he didn't actually respond back. And I understood why. It was because he had a lot of things to do. And, I was just super sad about it. I was down. I was still making the videos though, still every day. Even after that, I didn't give up. Like, never give up on your dreams. Keep going. Because there's always hope. Unless you give up. If you give up, it's gone. Anything you want to accomplish, you just won't do it. Just don't give up. Keep going. Anyway, I was super down, super angry. I was in a call with one of my friends, and he told me, hey man, calm down. You'll get the interview eventually. Don't worry about it, And I was like, no, I don't want it to be eventually. I had my chance. You saw what happened. And he was like, well, that's on you. He's going to respond. He's a human. Who is he? Like, yeah, he was there like that. I was like, well, yeah, he's a human, he's a YouTuber. One of the reasons that I wanted to be with him is that I could learn so much from him to grow this YouTube channel. During day 38, 39. After day 39, it was day 40 of doing 50 push-ups a day. I saw that he was live in a park that was near me. So I found that as an opportunity to meet fidias. And coincidentally, that was the day that the microphones arrived. So, this didn't happen for no reason. There was a reason for the microphones. And everything to align perfectly that day. Came back from the gym, had a shower, and I was like, okay, let's go. Parents took me there. He was there. And once he saw me, he was super surprised and happy. And he was like, hey, just stay back a little bit, We don't want to expose too much to people watching the live that you're here, because maybe they know. I was like, okay, so I waited. I talked to his cameraman and editor, which is, I think he's only a cameraman. I'm not sure if he's an editor though. Mike will tell me in the comments. I might ask you as well. But yeah, his name was Michael. He's a super friendly guy. He's Russian basically. He only speaks Russian and English. So I was talking to him in English, we were having nice conversations about, why I'm here, why I want to do this and this and this. And he was really surprised. And he was like, if you didn't respond to his message, that he wouldn't have responded it, because he gets thousands of messages a day. I was like, yeah, that's true. That's true. So, I found the opportunity. I was just like, well, this is the perfect time. I'm here, now that I'm supposed to be here. So it was must have been around 9:30, 10:30. That was when the live was shut off. And we started speaking. And he was super surprised, and he was like, what's up? And, he was super happy to have me there. So yeah, we recorded a video for his TikTok account. It was a video recorded in Greek. It was very nice. And I expressed everything that I wanted to say. Like, I said everything that I had to say. And then after that, we made the English video where I did 50 push-ups with him that day. Day 40 of doing 50 push-ups a day with fidias. Go check it out. And, after that, we were talking. We talked a bit more, maybe. And then I was just back to talking to Michael. And then at around 11, 12, everyone left, including fidias, so I left too. I was super happy. I edited it. I posted it. Didn't really go that viral. I was thinking, like, why? What's wrong here? What went wrong? And then I think, like, maybe 1-2 weeks later, it was Saturday night. It was 2 a.m. in the morning, and he sent me another message on TikTok. It was after I made day 41 of doing 50 push-ups a day until I actually do the interview with fidias. He saw that on TikTok, and he was like, hey, come tomorrow, let's do the interview. And I was like, okay, yeah, why not? And he was like, just talk with Michael. He'll send you the address and everything that you need to know. So he did. I called Michael. He was like, hey man, you go to this place. I sent you the address. At 3:30 p.m. you have to be there. So I went home. I was a bit stressed, started writing questions to what to ask him. And I thought I was going to have like 2-3 hours with him. Got there, he was talking with someone else. He was making videos with someone else. So he was like, hey, just stay here, you know, just go downstairs, set everything up with Jesus. Love you, Jesus. He's the one that recorded the interview. 4K, you know, perfect. I loved it. And I was talking with Jesus, you know, he was also wondered what I'm doing here with fidias, and you know, and eventually, after those 20 minutes, he came down and we did the interview. One of the things that opened my eyes is that he told me, like, you know, in these 40 days, you could have gone viral. You could have gone extremely viral, and you just didn't try enough. So, I'm here to change things. We're going to be trying a lot more things, a lot more new things. Even with the interview that we did now, I checked the analytics before I started making this video. I got 2K views, most views than all my other videos, like, you know. But there were things that I could have done whilst in the interview to make it more entertaining, and things I could have done whilst editing that I could have made it more entertaining. I won't go into detail, but yeah. So yeah, and that brings us to today, where I'm here. I've got all my camera gear. I've got a bunch of, like, you know, I've got a tripod that the camera's on right now. I've got the other small tripod. I've got microphones. I've got a computer, and I've got my phone to record on. And, you know, my goal here now is to interview more people. I want to interview more people, as well as, you know, making gym vlogs and stuff like that. I want you guys to tell me in the comments. I'll put a poll up as well. Do you guys want me to make a separate YouTube channel for podcasts, interviews that I make? Or do you want me to have all the challenge videos, gym videos, and podcast videos in the same channel? Tell me in the comments below, and tell me in the poll that I'll put up. But yeah, this journey was very nice. I learned a lot of things. Like, you know, check your messages, check your social media apps. So yeah, the fidias taught me a lot of things, to be honest, until now. And I ain't gonna give up. He told me that I've got potential. So he obviously sees something in me. So let's go. We're not gonna disappoint, because I am the DM. Anyway, shortly after the interview, like maybe it was a day after I posted the interview, the day after the interview premiered, I got a text by the company here in Cyprus, clothes company. Check them out, please. Especially if you live in Cyprus, because they only deliver in Cyprus. They don't go out to the United States or anything. Poco. Poco is a t-shirt. It's a lovely t-shirt. The guy that owns the company, you know, it's a clothing brand. You know, he called me, he texted me, and sent me his phone number, you know. And he's like, hey, call me, and then maybe we could, you know, go to a cafe or something and speak business, you know. Maybe we could do something together. So I called him. We started talking, you know. So I'm going to do an interview with him as well. And yeah, I think now if we just get a team of upcoming social media influencers here in Cyprus, like, you know, we can make a nice group of us together, small YouTubers. And he actually owns faceless YouTube channels that are doing extremely well. Like, they do have 25K, they have 53K on TikTok. Like, you know, he's doing extremely well. So yeah, this is interview, and this whole process I went through opened so many doors, and it's certainly not going to close any. It's going to open a lot more. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more crazy videos. I love you. Goodbye.